Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, yet again, one more again for your boy YouTube Blue. It's Monday. It's Monday. Beginning of the week. You know how that is. Back on the grind. But the Dallas Cowboys have now signed all of the rookie class, including the 15 undrafted guys, and including the international. Remember, I said earlier in the offseason that the NFL was doing an international thing where they were giving the opportunity for international guys that come from other countries that play football to get an opportunity to come into football. So every team has, I don't know if it's every team, but I know every team in the NFC East has an international guy on their roster. Ours is Isaac Alacon. I think he's considered an offensive lineman, but we'll see what they do with him. They have to be on the roster for 1 full year, but they also signed him. If you guys remember that when I talked about him, that individual. So everybody signed all of the draft picks. It's easy to draft. Sign those because, like I told you before, there's a scale for drafted guys. So you just sign them to whatever contract fits their mold and where they were drafted. There's no negotiation. Just get them signed and get them on the field. That's pretty much how that goes. So the rookies were already there on Sunday, getting their COVID test and making sure everybody's good to go. I know Mark reported it, so you guys probably heard it already. But John V. Johnson, he's on the COVID list. We're not sure if he has the COVID or if he was just around someone that had the virus. That part we don't know, but we'll see. As far as that goes, I think that he'll be good. He'll be back with the team soon. He'll be able to show something in training camp because he's definitely one of the guys that this team was looking for to maybe crack the roster as a wide receiver. Maybe he's a 4th or 5th guy. We'll see. But there's a lot of guys that when I spoke on the wide receiver group, I talked about some of these guys that, were on the roster before, some guys that weren't on a 53-man roster because they got injured or whatever. So we look at that situation, and it's a lot of guys that need to prove themselves. And it's going to be really hard because they're going to have to cut to 80 soon on the 16th of August. So we'll see how that goes. My birthday is exactly a week from today, next Monday. So I'm, looking forward to my birthday, but not looking forward to it in an instance of I'm not able to really do much. Because of, can't go nowhere. I'm scared to travel because, it's all them places that all the fun stuff is at, even in Texas where you got some of you guys that follow me that live in Texas, it's a hot spot. And it sucks. It really sucks right now. I wish things were better, but I hope they eventually do. But let's just hope that these players don't get it because, too many players get it where they have to shut things down, but we'll see what happens. Definitely safety first to make sure that everybody is safe. That's the more important thing, more than anything. Now, the NFL, they probably want their money more than anything, but I'm more so of, yes, I love the game of football, I want to see it, but it's safety first for the players. That's first and foremost. That should be the main goal. Now, training camp literally starts tomorrow, guys, the 28th, Tuesday. So the rest of the guys will be in the building tomorrow. Tyrone Crawford's looking pretty good. I told you guys, some of you guys have been wanting to see Tyrone Crawford walk. You may be regretting that because I'm telling you, yes, we know that he had major hip surgery, but you gotta understand these guys are athletes. They train hard. They know how to get back from stuff like that. When you got guys that could tear a whole Achilles and come back and still make Pro Bowls, it's something to be said. Not every player can bounce back like that, but the elites do. Now, I'm not saying that Tyrone Crawford's elite, but he's definitely a value to this team. You felt what it was like being run up on without him in that game and without Antoine Woods playing either. you had both of them guys not playing, and you already know that hurt us. So, with the addition of Don Terry Poe and Gerald McCoy, that should help, along with having Tyrone Crawford back. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be looking at. I got some pet cats that I'm going to be introducing and talking about throughout this camp. I will be watching intently and seeing what it do. I wish I could be there. I had planned on going there this year, but COVID messed that up. But yeah, but I'm definitely excited to see what happens this season. Kind of feel sorry for Mike McCarthy because it's crunch time for him. It's like he's got to implement this thing, and I know the players had their playbook since, virtually for a little while now, but it's different when you're working by yourself than with the team. Everybody, trying to come together as a whole to, as one. But he's going to get his opportunity for these guys to do that. I think that Mike McCarthy is going to be better for this team. He's going to be better for Prescott. These defensive coaches are going to be better for the guys that we have on defense. There's a lot of people that's doubting our defense, especially our secondary. A lot of people say we just got guys on defense, but I don't think they're just guys. I think they're actually really good players. It's just that the system that we were playing in was just not right. And when I tell you guys that coaching matters, coaching makes a hell of a difference, guys. Understand that I'm not going to say for sure because nobody knows for sure, but I got a good feeling that this coaching staff is going to be good for this team, and they're going to be better for this team, and I think this team is going to play better because of this new coaching staff. Now, the faster they get these guys together to implement some things, the faster things to get. Now, it's going to be a little slower for the Cowboys than other teams because, again, they're implementing new things into the system. They got a new coaching staff. So with the Cowboys, the Washington football team, the Giants, all have brand new coaching staffs. Eagles, they got a one-up right now because they're running their same old. So, they don't have really anything new to run. The only thing is they got a couple of new players up there that's got to join into what they're already doing, but they already have their stuff implemented. So it's almost like a catch-up game for teams that have new coaching staffs. So that's one thing, in my opinion, that definitely hurts the team right now. But I think that Mike McCarthy is good enough. He's been studying this team long enough. He took that year off. So he took that year off. What in the hell is y'all doing? Crazy. Anyway, they took that year off, so he had an opportunity to, evaluate not just this team but other teams as well. So he's got some things up his sleeve, guys. So let's just get our mindset out of the Jason Garrett era and get our mindset into the Mike McCarthy era, because I think things are going to be better. In the group chat, we were talking about with DMV Dallas Cowboys and Elton. They were talking about what window does Mike McCarthy have? Is it 2 to 3 years? Is it 4 years? It kind of sucks that he has a short window to get to an NFC title game when Jason Garrett had a whole decade to do it and still didn't do it. But I think that Mike McCarthy will get it. I just think that it's going to be tough this year because of COVID. It's going to be tough for all teams. So, if anybody, somebody got to make it to the tournament, obviously. But, the Cowboys got the talent, and they can still do it. They just got to stay focused and keep their eyes on the prize. If they do that, who knows what it can happen. But I don't really know what's going to happen. Everything is up in the air right now. But I do have a good feeling about this team being much better with this new staff. That's the main thing that I can say right now. So we'll see what happens. Looking forward to training camp tomorrow and seeing some news come out and what goes on. I'm just hoping that when the rest of these players come tomorrow, I just hope and pray that they don't have the virus. Will DeMarcus Lawrence show up? We don't know. Because as you know, he said that, he wasn't going to show up because his wife is expecting a baby in October and he doesn't want to put his house in jeopardy and things of that nature. What I said before, what the NFL needed to do, just like the NBA did, is have a bubble. And I understand that the NFL is different because there's way more players to a team. I completely understand that. So you got more equipment to pack up. You got more of this. You got more of that. But they could have implemented that earlier in the offseason. They could have had it so they went to a state that don't get a lot of attention, like Montana, Idaho, those places that is not tourist attractions. You know what I'm saying? Those places where you can have a large number of people and it won't be like boom. You know what I mean? They can have a bubble in place like Montana. They got football state. They got football field. Those high school teams in the Pacific Northwest have good football teams. Pacific Northwest football is good as hell, and they got really good stadiums because they're pretty much in the country. You know what I mean? It's like cows around, so it's like it's football or nothing out there. So they can get these teams out there on fields like that and just have a stadium out there somewhere for the team to play at it, or maybe 2 stadiums or whatever the situation may be, but have a bubble where everybody plays in the same area, so you don't have to keep throwing equipment back and forth and traveling all. It saves travel time, and those hotels in the area, the players might have to stay there the whole time because it's a bubble, but it'll be good for them because they're there. They don't have to worry about giving their family the virus. They don't have to worry about spreading around nowhere else. They're just around each other, and they still get tested every other day, daily, weekly, however they want to do it. They still do that, and then they go from there. That's how I feel like they should do it. Now, well, should have done it. It's too late to do it now, but I believe that that's how they should have done it. That's how I would have done it, but who am I? I'm just a lonely old Cowboys YouTuber. That's all I am. That's all I am. I'm just a lonely old YouTuber. Anywho, let me know what you guys think about training camp and everything that I said. Thanks again, guys, all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. Trying to continuously get back on my live stream schedule for Thursdays and stuff. So keep looking out for that. I'll let you guys know if anything changed. But right now, look for Thursdays for my live streams. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a great day.